welcome to Forexample Trading. I'm Ben Newman. The date is the 9th of October. It's a Tuesday. It's just gone 8:30 UK time. That's 7:30 GMT for the purposes of the trading calendar we're using. Okay, so yesterday was a bank holiday in the US, in Canada and in Japan. So I didn't really expect too much from the markets. What we saw was that the US dollar remained relatively strong. Certainly the Dixie sat up in the same position it had done towards the back end of last week. What did happen was the yen got very strong yesterday. So the yen managed to get stronger against a whole load of counterparts, which I will show you. We're in a situation now where the US dollar looks like it's taking control going into today. So I'm going to show you how I work out, firstly, what currencies are the strongest, then how to identify which pairs to directly target initially. Of course, that can change as the markets go on, you know, as London opens and so on. We need to make sure that we're adapting what we're looking at according to the markets. Now, just quickly, if you do want to join us, you can join the free chat arena, arrange a call with myself and get into the trading arena so that you learn or have got the expertise and experience to know how to really use the information I'm going to give you now. But these forecasts are going to become a regular thing, so I'll do them just so you can see what we're looking at. And then, of course, in the trading arena, you know, the clients actually pay to join us. They're in a trading arena with lots of other traders, lots of experience, as well as other beginner traders, of course. I give 2 full Forex courses with the membership, and you can still get 3 months an entry into that trading arena that has 100 capacity limit. Plus you get my dedicated signals channel as well. And that just projects any of the trades I'm placing as I'm placing them. But yeah, there is still space in there. So if you do want to join us, I'd like to arrange a call with you. But you can get into the free chat arena and do that. And then I can explain how you can really capitalize on the information I'm showing you. So to speed things up, I've basically put up the pairs that I'm going to be looking at, but I'm going to show you why I'm looking at those. So first of all, I always have a look at the Forex screener in Trading View, and I will put links in the description to all the things I'm using here, by the way. You know, FX book and so on. I'll put links in the description where I get my currency strength indicator from, and so on. They'll all be in the description. So I always have a look at this Forex screener. It shows monthly highs and monthly lows. We're not that far into the month at the moment. When we look at the monthly highs, it's showing GBP Euro or monthly low Euro GBP. So this tells me that we could have a look at the Euro GBP with the room for it to rise. Sorry, it's my phone going off. But the ones that I want to concentrate on are the ones that we've got the strength. So first of all, I look at the Dixie. Now the Dixie, to me, this is on a 4-hour chart, and I'll be showing you all of these pairs on a 4-hour chart, because that's really where you should be conducting the majority of your analysis is on the 4 hours. These give the best picture as to where things are moving to and from in terms of, if you start breaking down and trying to do analysis on, 15-minute and even hourly charts, then you're going to find yourself in trouble because you're not getting the overall direction of those pairs. So here's the Dixie, and I can see here it's very strong. Okay, it broke through 95.5, which is this blue line here is a key point here, and it hit 96 and has bounced off there. Now you can see my trend lines here, so I imagine this is going to get squeezed into this gap, and unknown at the moment whether it will push out to the upside or out to the downside. Really, we don't know that, so we just need to watch it. This is on a 4-hour chart. There's over 3 hours left on this particular candle, and you can see that it's trying to push through this upper line. So third attempt. If it doesn't do it this time, then this is coming back down, and then we really can focus on trading against the US dollar today rather than with it. But at the moment, we look at the currency strength indicator. You can see the US dollar is by far the strongest here by a long way. And then all I do is I look at the the currencies that are weakest against it, and then I will target those. So Euro USD I'll always look at, because it's almost a mirror image of the Dixie. So you know pretty much if this is going up, then this is going down. You can see what I mean here. And interestingly enough here, this is on a daily chart, Euro US dollar. This is getting squeezed into an area where lots of trend lines are converging. And that means there'll be a big move at that point because it's getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, and almost like a pinball, if you like, getting squeezed into a smaller and smaller gap. There'll be more and more support and resistance until eventually it will bust out in one direction or the other. So we need to watch for that. But this one could be the one. If it breaks through here, the US dollar being strong, it breaks through down to here. I imagine it will come off here. So I'll just show you what I mean. So I think it will get to there. The US dollar strong enough to take it to there, and I think we'll see it bounce off there, and we could see it sort of bouncing up and down these 2 points here, as you can see, like this, and eventually it will get squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, and it will get pushed out in one direction or the other, if you see my point. Yeah, so it will get squeezed into this gap, and probably will push up from here, but then you can see there's lots of areas that it could bounce off, so we just need to keep an eye on it. But initially, and probably today, we'll see it push through here. If the US dollar stays strong, we need to keep an eye on that first. There you go. It's already trying to push through here. Third attempt at this, exactly the same as the Dixie. So if this pushes through here, then we'll also see the US dollar push down to this point here, and we can start trading it, even fluctuating in this trend line here. Now, the other currencies that I'm looking at based on strength, US dollar strongest, you can see there. The yen was very strong yesterday, a lot weaker today. And you can see how it gained against the US dollar yesterday. This is a 4-hour chart. So it had this movement all the way from here right down. Now imagine this will get up to around this point here. So what are we looking at on this one? Well, I think a move up to this trend line here. And then we'll see it come off here again. Yeah, so I think we'll then see it probably come down to here. And that would tie in nicely with the way the Dixie's acting at the moment. Again, if it breaks through here, it will get up to here. And this is where I predict this going. I think it will break through here. I think it will go up to here, and then we'll see it come back down. So it's really a case of following this to see what it does. And then we may see it moving in this area here rather than where we did before, which was here. So if it pushes out here, we might start seeing it operating in this region here. And that ties in nicely with this, because if it pushes up, get to here, and then we'll see the yen take control again. And the yen, when it does take control, it really does. You can see how much it moves. I'll show you an example on the Euro JPY or the GBP JPY, and that yen really takes off. So it's a very good currency to know when it's going to turn, because you can get a very very strong movement when you follow that yen. So there we go. Now, other one we've got here, CHF, so the Swiss franc here, and this has been trying to break down. I was even tempted to place a trade in favour of this this Swiss franc yesterday, a sell trade here, because it looked like it was going to break out here. But if we look on a daily chart, I'll just show you. It's tricky. On this one, I think probably, I'll just show you, because there's no trend lines on this, just because I hadn't put them in yet. But I'll just show you what I do to establish what I'm looking at. I just literally draw in, where I believe these are going to be pushing to and from, and you can start to make sense of it once you get to a point where you identify the true trend line. So this, to me, looks like it's broken out of here and then back down. So it's just about establishing where the true trend is. I would say it's somewhere like there. All right. So I think we'll either see this breakthrough here, but it won't go up far, probably only up to around here, and then we'll see it come back down. So it's just a case of being patient for this. Very simple trend line there that shows where this is likely to be bouncing off. And there's the 4-hour, and there you can see it a lot clearer when we go into 4-hour. Actually, it is rebounding off this. So it might break through, but I don't see it going far. And that could be, again, that could tie in with this move to the upside on the Dixie. All right, and then again, we'll see this coming back down from here. So this is one to watch for a sell trade once it turns. Always watch the 4-hour candles. Make sure you wait for them to run out and then see where the new one opens is my tip on making sure you're entering the trades at the right time. New Zealand US dollar. Again, this one, potential for the Kiwi to pick up yesterday. It was very strong yesterday, with the dollar just holding it back, and it just shows the overall strength of that dollar at the moment. If we go to a daily chart, again, I've got no trend lines drawn in on this, but The one I'd be following, giving a push, let's just have a quick look at it, is that one there. All right, so this one on the upper side, something like that. Something like that, and then on the lower side here, we're looking at something like this, probably from here. Excuse me, just adjust this. Yeah, we're probably looking at something like that, where it's been trying to break out the bottom of that. So, I mean, I would look at it potentially bouncing off here, but if it does break through this lower trend line on this daily, it's going to go down. There you can see it will go down to here. So we just want to watch that. I don't anticipate this actually getting that far. I think it will test this support line here, or this one right here. We can draw that in. So I think it will test this support line here, and then we'll be going back up. So we're probably very close to a turning point, and we may just see it resisting this pressure, this downward pressure. From, you can see it's already flattening out. So we see a flag forming, which we are on 4 hours. Yeah, so I imagine it will stay around this area here, and then we'll see this again. Good potential on this one, because I think ultimately we'll see it push through slightly, and then it will go all the way back up to there. All right, that's the Kiwi US dollar. So these are ones I'm watching. I won't jump into trades with the US dollar on these ones because they're too close to a turning point. It's just worth waiting for these turnaround. This one in a very similar situation, although you could argue that this one here, you could follow this down to here and then back up. So you can see again, it's testing that point there. If we go to a daily chart, we can establish where that true support line is, and it's probably a bit lower on this one actually, somewhere around there. So this one, I imagine, will drop a bit further. You can see these trend lines here a lot steeper, so the pressure against this Aussie dollar much greater to the downside. But again, I imagine we can start to see this candle forming here. So this daily candle, and it looks bullish to me, may bounce off this level and then back up. So again, one to watch. So those are the ones I'll be watching. We do, of course, have to pay attention to news, and the fact that it was bank holiday in Japan, Canada and the US yesterday means that it's probably going to be a fairly active day. We can see this economy watcher sentiment already come in from Japan, positive. German trade balance coming positive. So we just want to be keeping an eye on the strength indicator here. But it looks to me like this US dollar, and we could even trade the euro against the yen, the GBP against the yen. There's lots of options here. Canadian dollar very strong as well. But what you don't want to do is get overwhelmed with looking at lots of different things. So for me, I'm going to stick watching this US dollar, and then I'll be trading with or against it as I see fit. If I run out of options or these don't look too good to me, then I can change. But I'm just going to show you a layout on the Euro JPY, so you can see this Euro very strong today as well. So you can see the movement in this yen yesterday. That's on 15 minutes. But if we change to 4 hour, look at that. That movement down here. And again, it's hit this trend line, which was already there. So I imagine it will either bounce up to here, or break right through and go up to here. Probably it's going to go right up to here actually. So I imagine this one again will be operating in this area. So good potential on this to follow this euro back up to here, and then the yen back down again. And it will be the same story with the pound and the yen, I imagine. Let's just have a look. Yeah, indeed. So that's on a 1 hour chart. If we change to 4 hour, you'll see again. In fact, this didn't drop anywhere near as much as the pound yesterday. There was a couple of other ones I was watching as well. Canadian yen yesterday, a long way to go down once this breaks through. There you can see on the daily chart, this has got a long way to go down once it does go, and it will go. It's just a case of being patient for it to do that. So we'll be watching it today. This could be a movement back up to here, and then we could see it really go. If you take the trade from the upper level, at least be getting some decent movement down to here. But if it carries on going, then you're in a very good trade indeed. Okay, so that's the summary of the outlook for today. I'm going to get on with things because it should be a busy day. Good luck with your trading, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you do want to join us and be part of a trading arena that really shows you how to capitalize on the information I've just showed you, then what are you waiting for? The links are in the description below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you just want to have a chat with me, I'm open to doing that as well. I talk to a lot of people that have got themselves into problems with trading just through being given bad advice or going with the wrong brokers or whatever it may be. You'll see from my YouTube videos historically that I am very passionate about making sure that people avoid the pitfalls and losing money. For me, it's all about making sure people are looking after themselves in terms of what they're doing in the markets they're looking at and being able to make this work. And I'll be very honest with you, if I believe that you're in a situation where this isn't going to work for you, then I'll tell you, but I'll be happy to help you and give you some impartial advice. You know, no commitment at all from you if you don't want to join us, but certainly get you back on the right track, or certainly get you in touch with the right brokers, or make sure you're staying safe out there when you're trading. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again at the next Forex Forecast. Thanks a lot.